Xfinity Series, Outlaw Nation Xfinity Series tonight in New Hampshire, and we actually got the top 4 guys in the points up here, kind of giving a pre-race interview. I guess I'll start off with Smoke Fan. I guess he's the points leader by 1 point over Bulldog. How you feeling about, I know y'all got one more week before your championship, but I know you're always strong, always prepared. How you feeling going into tonight's races?
I feel good tonight. I mean, it can't get much worse than it was last night, so yeah, I feel better about that, I guess. But yeah, we definitely got 3 or 4 guys out on my tail, great drivers, and I know it's gonna be a dogfight. It'll be fun though. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, I seen that Bulldog. He is only 1 point back. That is, I know you picked him up a couple seasons ago and taught him as your protege, and heck, he's almost right there on your level now. I think he's one of the favorites, in my opinion, to get drafted this year. What do you think, Bulldog? You think you can catch the man himself? You're 1 point back, so not far.
That's the plan. We started off about 16 points back about 4 weeks ago, and we've been narrowing down the gap for the past 3-4 weeks. Just been keep digging, keep our nose down, and understand, when we got a good finish and lay back and, points race, which I don't know, I've always been pretty good at points racing. It's being Smoke and, chasing the mentor and whatever. He's helped me a whole lot, and it sure would mean a lot to me to beat him in a championship. Like throw that, throw it in his face a little bit.
Yeah, I've not seen too many people do it. Most of the time I've ever commentated or raced or anything with Smoke Fan, he is very hard to beat, just being 1 point back. That's impressive. But third, we got Beast of Asgard, which is another guy, if you guys have been paying attention to esports, have been top 10 both tracks, really, really fast. I think he has a chance as well of getting in that top 24. You're 8 points back, Beast. How you feeling about your chances, buddy?
Definitely a lot better. Similar boat to Bulldog. I've been chopping the points down the last couple weeks. Been getting better, getting faster. Last night I did really good in the Cup Series. It was just, that car was on rails, and hopefully I got something like that for tonight.
That's nice. And then I think in fourth here, has his chances too fast for you. How are you feeling there, being right there on the cut line, about to get in too fast?
It's something I've racing these guys for a championship would be pretty hard to do.
Hey, just getting in the top 4, with that caliber of drivers, you know what I'm saying? That's something to put on your resume, in my opinion. I know Outlaw only has the very best of the best out there, and like I said, being in 4th place, that's just a heck of an honor, man. I know New Hampshire, a lot of people hate the track, but you guys, I'm sure you guys, may like it, may not like it. Real technical track. You got to really get around the bottom real good, and y'all did a lot of practice for this, or just kind of last minute type ordeal, because this tonight's Xfinity, not the Cup, but they're pretty much preparing for next week for the championship. But who likes New Hampshire and who don't, pretty much, out of you guys?
I like
the
it.
5th.
I like it.
It ran pretty good last night. Hopefully, just talk to me after the race, and I'll be able to answer that question.
There we go.
Yeah, exactly.
He likes it after a good finish.
I'm gonna like it a whole lot better if I win, but finish 2nd or 3rd, I'm pretty much gonna hate it. So,
Yeah.
like I do now.
To tell you what, Xfinity at New Hampshire is a lot harder on tires. So if you see people spinning out and not getting going, they blew a tire.
That is true.
Yeah.
That is very true. What times? Where do you guys run on 3?
3 times.
We'll do
Okay.
manual cautions with them. We do in-game stages though, but manual cautions and obviously manual restarts to set on the stages.
Okay, so yeah, so the viewers at home, if you guys see them slow down, obviously that's going to be a manual caution. I do have, I think maybe one or two drivers on my YouTube that might be broadcasting. I might be able to even give you all lap count. So we're gonna
Yeah,
try to
me
make
and
this.
Smoke will both be broadcasting. Mine is Bulldog Motorsports, and his is Grit Nation.
Alrighty, I'm gonna go ahead and get on one of those just to have a lap counter.
Sounds
Art,
good.
you got any questions, man?
I mean, with me being relatively new to this, I'm just gonna sit here. I know I've raced some of you guys in the Pro League qualifiers and stuff like that, and I snuck in a couple of your guys' race lobbies. So it's gonna be nice and exciting to see a whole new group of cars and guys running together. We'll see how you guys handle it on the track, see guys' strategies. So I'm just really excited to sit here and get this new experience with you guys, man. I appreciate you guys letting me come up here and help you call this race and have some fun.
Yes, sir. I appreciate y'all
Yeah,
doing this.
appreciate it.
Oh, no
Hopefully, I'll
problem,
be
guys.
talking to you afterwards.
Oh
Yes,
yeah,
sir, man.
somebody wants to.
Alright.
Anytime you can get in and learn from the pros, man, I mean, you always take that opportunity. That's just the way I feel about it anyway, so.
We
Alright, guys.
appreciate both of y'all, and hopefully we'll all be seeing y'all after the race. Well, I don't think one of us will, but since there's 4 of us in here, so
Alright, guys.
Somebody gonna be in here.
see y'all.
All right, buddy.
Good luck, guys. And I do got Smoke Fam's live feed up, so I will be able to give you guys a lap count.
I got Bulldogs up too.
Awesome. So we got it all. New Hampshire, man, I'll tell you what, it's a very tricky track. Some people don't use brakes. Some people back up the corners and just let it float and, wait to get back in it. But it's one of those tracks, if you get back in the throttle a little too hard, you're gonna whip right around. It's one of those tracks I take my throttle sensitivity down just because of that reason, because I have no throttle control. But that's gonna be a big thing tonight: throttle control, and not getting into the corner too hard and wiping the guy in front of you out.
Well, that's why I sit here and I look at this track like a road course. Man, you gotta back everything up. You gotta let it roll. You gotta be smooth, because if you're not, you ain't going nowhere except backwards here.
That's it. I mean, it's so flat that I imagine if you filled the inside of the track with water, it'd probably spill out. It's almost negative banking. It's such a flat track, but it can also be a really fun track with the right guys.
And I look at it like that, man. I mean, a lot of guys don't like Martinsville. A lot of guys don't like New Hampshire. Gateway, nothing like that. But it's because of the aspect that it's not your typical track. Guys don't like tracks that deviate from typical. Well, for me, typical means challenging, and that means I like it.
Yep. Technical tracks, ever since I upgraded to these, T500, I hated road courses, and I wouldn't say I hated Martinsville, but it was a little tough on me. But now that, I upgraded to these pedals that have these nice brakes and clutch and all that, I just learned to. I love it when I see the Glen, Canadian Tire, Martinsville, tracks like that, and even New Hampshire come up on the schedule, because I know that I'm gonna have a little bit of a advantage over some of the guys with the plastic pedals and things like that. So I'm with you. I like them technical tracks.
Well, see, and that's where I wonder where that comes into effect, because I know a lot of the Pro League guys I talk to and hang out with. I mean, it's not an expansive roster, but I know when I talk to Fluffy and Deadpool and Noco and stuff like that, they prefer to switch back to their controllers just for road courses and stuff. A lot of them won't use anything but their controller on a road course. Is that just because the wheel is so taxing, or is it just that much easier to be smooth with controller on a road course?
I think what you just said, some of these guys are so good on a controller that they have their controller settings down just right, that I think you can be a little faster on a controller than on a track like New Hampshire than a wheel, is what I'm thinking. Because let's say Noco, for example, he has the wheel and controller, but at a track like New Hampshire, he's probably going to use the controller. Just because of the way he's got his settings set up, he can get around the track faster. But Heat 4, the tire wear is the difference between the controller and the wheel. I think you get better tire wear on your wheel compared to your controller.
I do believe that, but I believe that if you learn a sense of like smoothness, like me, whenever I go in car, I can really feel and see when I'm, damaging my tires. So for me, I think the in car view has helped me tremendously on extending my tire life.
Oh yeah, the smoother you are, the better you're gonna get. Because I tell you what, it all depends on the driver actually. Because like there's times where I've been on a wheel and I'd be like, hey, I'm at 60 on my right side. Where are you at? And dude on the controller would be over there like, I'm still at 75, and I'm thinking, man, well, it's the steering range he's running, the steering sensitivity, and how smooth he's getting around the track. So, just like you said, not always, the wheel's an advantage. Sometimes the controller can be an advantage.
It just
It's
depends on how
practice.
proficient you are with it. I had a guy posting one of the races online, or one of the race leagues on Facebook. He's like, well, how much faster am I with a wheel? And I was like, well,
Right,
technically you're not.
right.
Alright, I'm jumping in the race, guys.
And I think they're doing a manual. They're lining up manually, actually.
Yep.
So you guys won't be missing any of the action. These guys do manual cautions because this game is really funny. If you put strict cautions on, and one guy at the back of the field barely spins out or wants to cause a caution, it'll call them, and then you put lenient cautions on, and there'll be a 3-4 car wreck, and the caution won't fly. So this league actually, they call manual cautions just in case, which I like that idea.
Oh, I definitely like the idea. It's just a matter if you can get the right drivers and everybody to just sit there and be patient. You guys sit there, roll around at a good speed. As we're going through 3 and 4 right now. And we're coming down turn 1, and it's green as we're heading into turn 1.
It's your bro Chase on the pole. I've seen him really, really fast during the esports qualifiers. He's out there in that 98 getting it right now. Most of these guys you're going to see tonight, you're going to see in the top 50 on the leaderboards on esports. But
oh, definitely they are. I mean, this is class of the field right here as far as their Xfinity series goes. We know they've still got some fast drivers too that are part of their Cup series that are not really being seen today, but this is where you're going to start seeing the up-and-comers are going to be fighting for Pro League status here real soon.
yes. Just for an example like Chiza, I had no idea who he was on E3, and I thought I knew everybody, and then out of nowhere, it's like, who is this guy? And really, really fast,
I'm watching back here too fast. He's diving under.
Yeah, the 20s, he's trying to get a run on him. Yeah. And you do get a decent little draft here on these long straightaways. It's just, you got to be easy how hard you drive it in if you don't want to turn him, But looks like he's doing a really good job in that 20 so far. Let's see, Smoke Fan tonight. He's back there in third, 0.
Yeah, he's the one that just made the pass that I was just talking about. I was on the battle behind you, my bad. I'm trying to figure out all these drivers' names and everything all at the same time.
Yeah, it'll be new to us. We usually up in the Giggity broadcast booth, and we kind of have everybody memorized. But I've kind of expanded my, I signed with Outlaw today because I want to race more than once a week, and right now at Giggity all I can race is once a week in Preset Cup. So I actually signed with NBN the day before, so I'm actually in all top 4 series that there is on PS4, on a mission, Giggity, Outlaw, and NBN, so my race week will be full. Bulldog's doing a good job back there in about 5th, keeping his car clean. So he's only 1 point back from Smoke Fan in the points, so he's wanting to stay as close as he can,
Well,
I don't know.
This is only the Xfinity, that's in the Cup Series.
Right, that's the Cup Series, right. I know next week is their last race in the Xfinity, so I don't know what the Xfinity points look like, or even if there is any points, how that's working. But I'm supposed to be running with him next week at Homestead, so I have to really work on a Homestead setup this
I
week.
think we got a battle for the lead. It's your bro
Oh, the
Chase.
20.
Lost the lead finally.
Beast of Asgard is put it on the high side. That's a hard spot to pass, is at the high side at New Hampshire. It's really easy to get up underneath somebody and kind of nudge them, get a bumper on them, but passing them on the high side, it's your bro Chase may have let off and knew he was faster. Said go ahead, you know. But look how fast Smoke Fan's reeling them in. And then you got Bulldog and fourth coming too. Yeah.
This could be a really tight battle here really fast.
I tell you what, this is some of the best racing that I've seen at New Hampshire. New Hampshire is one of those tracks that you normally see a lot of cautions, a lot of people overrunning the corners, hitting the guy in front of them, but I haven't seen one guy get squirrely. I mean, they've all been in a perfect straight line. It's been a really clean race so far. It's really impressive. And they're on 3 times wear. So when the car starts stepping out, you know it's going to get time for some tires soon. I haven't seen that yet.
Well, these guys here, I mean, like we said, this is the top of the class. And what happens when you're top of the class? You learn how to manage your equipment and take care of your car. That's number one. When I think of an awesome driver, the type of driver I want to have on my race team or in my league and organization, somebody that's not out of control. Oh, he's back there and force smashed the wall.
Yeah.
Is that who that was?
Yep, Bulldog. I don't know if damage is on or not, but if there's damage on that might hurt him a little bit.
Yeah, it was a solid pancake, man. I really hated shit for him, man. He was running guys up front end, man. He's going to try and restart that all over. He's going to start getting some pressure from behind.
I tell you what, it's your bro Chase is really handling the pressure. You know, he's really got Beast right in front of him, then he's got Smoke right behind him. I think he kind of said, hey, he went high and let Smoke Fan go ahead and have it. Ooh, I don't know. They beat on each other a little bit there on entry. And now Smoke Fan moved his way up to second.
I'm interested to see what these guys are going to do in this second pack. Right behind them. We'll see if they're going to all start racing each other and let these leaders get a little bit further away, or if they're going to sit there and try and follow each other and be smooth and try and run down this gap that's built with these leaders.
Yeah, right now I would be, it's stage 1. I'd just kind of fill out my car, see what I got, what it's doing, so I know what adjustments to make whenever the end of stage 1. Just the main thing would be stay on the lead lap, and
Smoke's going for the lead and down into 1. Oh, he gets into Beast.
Make a little contact, yeah.
Beast keeps it out of the wall. Smoke backs off to let him have his position back.
Yeah, I don't think he meant to get into him. He said, "Go ahead."
Yeah,
that's
he's
the kind of driver.
Class act right there.
Yes. And this guy can run dirt too. Now I announced the dirt series for him on NASCAR Heat 3, and Smoke is really fast on dirt. He don't run a whole lot of dirt that I've seen on Heat 4, but he had a really good dirt league on Heat 3 with some of the best names out there: Bellevue, HyperX. It was pretty fun to watch.
I'll be interested in seeing you just run some dirt Smoke. That's where I started my racing at.
Oh yeah, he's just as fast on dirt as he is on asphalt, to be honest.
Oh crap. Maybe I don't want to see him on dirt.
Yeah. So, everybody knows this is your season 1 Pro League winner, it's Stuart Haas. So, he did I think they beat the Bear, Team Levine. I think they beat him by just a couple points, but that's always something he's going to have as a trophy, being the very first winner of, the esports on NASCAR, which I think that's kind of neat.
That's amazing. I actually didn't know that.
Yeah, he switched over wheels to a Fanatec before the season, so he had the little Gremlins, a couple times. When they switched over to Heat 4 at the end of the season, getting them Gremlins worked out. But once he got that Fanatec tuned in, oh man, he was on rails. It was really, and he had a really good teammate too, Josh Shoemaker on the Xbox side. so that did really well also. This is a great race right here between top three, man. They're under a blanket.
To make a pass for him.
I think Bulldog, you know, after pancaking the wall, he's kind of just sitting back there, could be saving some equipment. No reason to burn your stuff up in stage 1, you know, that ain't where you make your money. Stage 3 is where the money's at.
Definitely, when I see Chase here, Chase is falling off a couple car ranks as he's starting to fall into the eyes of somebody that really wants to pass him right about now. Dude, this is good racing.
Very good racing. Well, we do got one car around back here, that rolling duck. He kind of spun out getting on pit road, but he got.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. 3 times wear them tires. As everybody knows that has ran the esports, your tires go really quick with 3 times wear. It's frustrating. Like at Bristol, you'll start out running 15 6s, and within 10, 12 laps, you're running 16 2s, and you're just. That's the whole thing, is figuring out how to make them tires last just longer and longer. And, that's the trick to the esports right now. We got another one on pit road, the 2 of Evil Ogre Kurt. He's part of the Evil Ogre. I know there's a lot of Evil Ogre guys out there, but that's a good strategy if you're in the back, short pit.
We
you can
have
make up
a new
a few
leader,
seconds.
ladies and gentlemen. Smoke has made his way to the front of the field.
That is not good for the rest of the field, because sometimes Smoke will literally sit back in second, third place, and he's not giving it 100%. He's just kind of letting you burn your tires up, and kind of like NoCo does over at, you know, he does the same thing sometimes at Giggity. He'll play around with guys and make them burn their stuff up. Ooh, we kind of overran that corner there and beast rode them back in a little, but these guys have got. Yeah.
That's for sure. This is what I want to be a part of, man. I want to dude, you want good racing, this is where you want to be. You want to aim for stuff like this.
Right. That's why when I got the opportunity, man, I mean, I've been loyal to Giggity, you know, I've been there for 4 seasons. Oh, I don't know.
Manual caution, ladies and gentlemen? Or is that the end of the stage? That would be the end of the stage, I believe. Do you still have up that YouTube page over there, Roofer? Looks like I was in stage. We got Smoke fan first. Beast looks like he comes out third after the pit stops.
Sorry guys, I had a little bit of technical difficulty. My internet kicked me out, but I'm still able to watch it on my phone, and I should be able to join the session through the part screen. So if not, I'll still be able to watch it off my phone here, and you guys can play. Yeah, it'd be a little bit. Oh, he's
contacting me back. I'm not sure who that was. It looks like, yeah, W Young 11's round in the wall. Rolling Duck was involved. I don't think he's going to be serious enough to bring out a caution, but you never know.
Sorry, ain't there a way I can join the session?
You should be able to hold yeah, there was a manual caution for that, guys. You'll have to hold your PS button once you open the game app, go through game session.
Gotcha.
Or else you'll have to go through the party chat.
No, I see it. Other sessions, and I will find the session. I'm sorry, guys.
No, you're fine.
And
can't remember the caution.
Awesome, I'm back in, and we're on lap 27 of 100, so. That's one thing, you know how many times, you know, over at the other place, that, you know, we'd have a 3-4 car incident and no flag would come out, and I'm sitting there just like, knowing I got one of the best cars, and I'm just so aggravated because that caution didn't come out. It hurt me a lot.
Well, and that's the thing, like, for me, man, that mostly, I love strict cautions. Guys like, oh, but if one dude gets in the wall, it throws a caution. Yeah, you know what? So would my flagman at my local track.
Right, that's fine with me. That's, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'd rather that happen than the caution not get thrown. Yeah.
But that's where I feel like me as a driver, I mean, I'm not saying I'm great or nothing, but I want to be in a league that I have the type of drivers that, you know, hey, one guy gets in the wall, you know, a serious run into the wall, you know, not just a little scrape or something. But,
right.
you know, guys know the rules, guys know everything about it, and they're capable of handling their car to where we can run strict cautions. And then not
exactly. I totally agree. I'm really hoping that, you know, we get everything straightened out over there to where, you know, I can run side by side with somebody and dive it in there and trust that he's going to be able to hold his line, you know. I mean, the 22 of Trans Am Blue got a heck of a restart there, and Beast of Asgard was sleeping, it looked like. It bottled up that whole outside line, but the 22 Trans Am Blue out of nowhere, because our leader would smoke Fan in second.
I think he might have took two tires in the pit stop there.
That could hurt him there, because 2 tires. I mean, you got to try something if you're at the back of the pack, but at the beginning of the stage, well, they actually had relatively new tires because they had a caution actually about 2 laps after the stage started, so it might work out, it might not. Have to see. But the 20, he recovered nicely actually now. He's already right back up to third. Beast is really fast. I've raced with him in the esports. Really clean, really fast. He's just a really impressive guy.
Seems like every driver in here, we look at him and say, you know, we look at him, we have to say, oh man, he's really fast. Because I mean, these guys are fast. It's really awesome to watch this type of race.
Yeah, I was kind of second guessing myself, you know, when Smoke was like, hey man, next week you can run with us, you know, at the finale at Homestead. And I'm thinking, let me check out tonight's race first, because I don't want to be that guy that goes multiple laps down, you know, because...
10 got loose going on the straight line. He pulls it back together. He got really loose getting off it. Corner at 4.
Smoke just got his car. I'm on his onboard, and he's got a car that's handling it, sticking to the bottom so well. He kind of diamonds the corner. That's what I do. I drive in the corner hard, let it kind of float up into the middle, and then exit high. It's a really, I don't know. It works for me. Everybody has a different driving style. That's why when people ask, hey man, can I get it set up? You know, I kind of let them know. I'll help you out with it set up, but it don't mean that it's going to make you any better, because everybody have different racing styles, you know, so...
Well, 100%, man. That people that aren't that deep in the game won't understand that, yeah, you can have a fastest setup and still be slow.
Exactly.
They're like, well, I got this awesome setup. And it's like, well, you can't awesomely drive it the way that it's supposed to be done.
Exactly. And, I mean, I'll be honest, at Charlotte, I was having a little bit of trouble. I was 64th in A-class, and then by day 5, I was right there on 102nd on the outside looking in, and I finally broke down and asked Noko. I said, Noko, man, I want to get back in the top 100. Can you help me out with the setup? And he gave me the exact setup he was running, that he was 20-something in. And I couldn't do nothing with it. I mean, the setup I had before, it just would not do nothing for me. So it's like I said, it's everybody's driving style.
Oh, 100%, man. I wish I could have got that set up. That'd be nice to sit down and run around.
I'm sure he wouldn't actually mind trying it out. Neko's one of them guys, he don't mind helping people out. And if he comes up with something that's like really, really stupid fast, like he had something going on at Bristol, and if you guys ask him, hey man, can I get those gears? And he said, I'm sorry guys, I can't do it. And they're fighting for a spot. Ooh, there's a 20 and the 51, and Bulldog and Beast make a little contact back there for second. I don't think it hurt him. I don't believe they have damage on, for one, because I didn't see no damage when Bulldog hit the wall, but they look almost dead even to me in speed-wise. The 51 and the 20 of Beast and Bulldog, which Bulldog gonna try to make a run on him, but the 20 keeps getting the exit on the high side.
He's definitely getting the battle for it, though. He's not making it easy.
Definitely a really clean race. We've had one caution, nothing like the Bush class today. If anybody watched that race, it was literally like survival of the fittest, and the most tore up car at the end won thanks to Denny Hamlin. Get him a heck of a push. Eric Jones ended up pulling it off. I thought his hood was going to fly off, but totally opposite here at New Hampshire. Really clean. None of the guys are like getting loose off exit. I mean, this is really impressive. Now, I will give you guys a lap count here. We are actually 5 to go to the end of stage 2.
These guys went really close, really impatient here at the end. It's going to be a little bit deeper driving in the corners, so Beast is definitely going to have a lot to hold on to. His Chase is closed in back there trying to make a 3-car battle for second.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised that Too Fast for You, he's been really fast all week in the qualifiers. That maybe he's back there in, like, let's see, I think 5th place. He's just not able to reel these guys in. I mean, he's running 5th, which by all means is really well for these guys. He just hasn't been able to reel in that top 4. But
and you said these are all custom setups, so I guess if you're seeing some guys can just build them faster.
Yep.
There's just no way around.
And when it comes down, even they don't have teams like we do at Giggy. How we have 7 or 8 different team owners that have they all share setups. Everybody is their own team here, and they probably don't do a whole lot of, especially when it gets down to championship time. It's your responsibility to make your setup. If you don't hit a good setup, that's on you. I'm sure they may give help, a little bit of, but Smoke Man's probably not going to give, Bulldog 1 point behind his best setup. That's just, he may give him some pointers, say, hey, what's your car doing, and I can help you out, but probably not no gimmies. Smoke probably.
I don't think there's any gimmies on these guys, just fast and tough as they are.
Right.
Chase is trying to get that 3rd spot.
He's been fast all week at Charlotte. I was saying he was running 29 O's. One of the guys that was really impressing me. One of the few guys that I've seen hit that number. So I know that the top 20 of the Bristol leaderboards are a little wacky because I heard from Red that at least 10 of the top 20 have been caught on tape wallbanging, so it's hard to tell who's who at Bristol. But at Charlotte, I mean, most of these, at least 5 of these guys in this race were in the top 15 there, so. And these are some of the guys, they're gonna, like Beast, I believe he'll be one of them top 24 guys, that gets the chance at getting drafted. Same with Interbro Chase. I mean, these guys are really, really Bulldog as well, and even that was the end of stage 2, guys. So Smoke Fan swept stage 1 and stage 2. They better get some adjustments in there and see if they're going to have anything for them in stage 3.
Yeah, because they're definitely going to
Right.
have to figure something out. He is just putting a whooping on this field today.
Yes, that's how I actually got into league racing. Very first time I ran a league race, I ran at Bristol in MBN, which it used to be Impact before that, and Smoke Fan lapped me 15 times. And
Wow.
they invited me back because I did not slow anybody down. I got lapped 15 times, and they were so impressed at Bristol that I did not slow anybody down that I was that clean that they wanted me to come back. And it's just night and day the difference, you know. That was probably 2 years ago, the speed difference, the cleanliness difference then and now. But let's see if anybody can do anything. If anybody's been holding back, on pit stops there, it actually put Smoke back in third, so he's going to have to work his way around Bulldog and the 20-car Beast.
He definitely has some work on his hands, because these guys know once he gets out, he's gone.
Yeah, he's proven that both first 2 stages. So, I mean, if I'm them guys right there, I don't burn my stuff up early, but I'm going to try my hardest to keep him behind me, you know. And the 1 car, he's actually made his way up there. He's still in 5th, right behind It's Your Bro Chase.
Wait a second. They're trying to hold him, but man, you can't hold back a car that fast. You can come back underneath him.
Ooh. Yeah, he tried to make a run underneath him. And that's what Beast wants to see. He wants to see a whole lot more of that. He's hoping them guys will battle each other.
Yeah, they definitely want to see a battle. He don't want to see nobody let him go clean.
I believe we're probably going to have somewhere around, there's 100 laps total, and I believe this last stage will probably be about 30-40 laps, so green flag pit stops, if there is no crossings, will actually play into this stage. So getting on New Hampshire is one of the hardest pit roads to get on without spinning. You have to be really, really easy getting on pit road here, or you can really lose some time in a hurry.
You lose time on this track so easy. I mean, just one millisecond late on slowing off, man. You're just overdriving these corners and putting yourself and the drivers behind you in a bad position.
This is what's impressed me. The last time I did a New Hampshire race, it was for, Giggity, and I'll be honest, I've seen 4 or 5 guys hit the invisible wall up there at the top, to where if you're wall riding, I've not seen not one guy up there by the wall at all. Like, they are all sticking the bottom very well. I mean, you can just tell it's good quality drivers. They're hitting their marks. They're letting it rotate, and they're getting back on the gas.
Chase is
anybody in
Bulldog.
Yeah.
And this top 4 is really pulled away from everybody else.
Yes, they have. And I believe any one of these top 4 could be in the new season of esports. I mean, they're all that quick. And Beast is getting exactly what he's wanting right now too. In the 20, they're kind of fighting just enough with Smoke Fan that he's able to get about a half-second lead on him. So hopefully he ain't burning his tires up, you know.
No, he's capable of sitting there. Well, he's running his line, his race right now. He's just out front.
Yeah.
He probably had to push a little bit hard to open up a little bit of that space, but he's not running too much extra harder than what he needs to right now. I think his tires will be fine here. We're watching 4 cars battle for his lead, just lap after lap.
This is very impressive, man. Really good racing. See, I do not mind getting in the booth to watch racing like this. As they're thinking, It's Your Bro Chase was thinking about making it 3 wide there. His Bulldog's looking low. Can he make the move without sliding up into him? It's clean so far.
You know,
Oh,
Chase is behind Smoke. I think that'll give him a little bit of draft push and help him down that straightaway and make that pass around Bulldog. So, oh no, he
oh,
went the
Chase
opposite
drove it
lane.
in hard. That's exactly what Beast is wanting to see. He
Yeah.
hit the brake. I was on his onboard, but he drove it in, I mean, really, really hard. And that might hurt the Smoke fan a little, but if anybody can come back from that, it would be, as you can see, he's already looking underneath Bulldog, but Bulldog kind of pinches him a little bit. It's going to be interesting here. If I was Beast at this point, I'd turn my mirror off, just concentrate on my lines, and just do what I can. He's in the catbird seat.
Oh, he definitely has his hands on this race right now. There's not much competition besides these top four that we're sitting here and check on. But we'll go back here and we'll give a flip to the field. You guys see a couple more of these other drivers out here. We got Doug Young 11 running back here. It looks like he's battling for about 7.
Yeah, the racing's so good up here in the front. I hate to do that to the guys.
I do too.
As you're flipping through, I'll keep my eyes on the front, and if something happens, I'll let you know. But right now, Beast is still probably got a 1 second lead. Ooh, it's your bro Chase is actually tried to make another run on Smoke fan there. I think it's all going to come on down to who gets on and off pit road the cleanest and the fastest.
I'm definitely excited to see how pit stops are going to go here. I haven't really done much pitting at New Hampshire because I normally stay away from this track. Like most drivers will tell you, they don't really like it.
Yeah, it's just a big Martinsville, to me. A little wider, you know, but it's still a bigger Martinsville. Oh, is Smoke? He's actually, if he can ever clear Bulldog, I think he'll start trying to reel Beast in. He finally cleared him there. It took him a couple laps, but he's probably going to settle back down and start trying to reel that 20 car in. Because I'm going to go back and give us a lap count here. And I should be able to just about guesstimate when they'll be making green flag stops. Let's see, we're on lap, I believe that's 61 of 100. Or it's either 81 of 100.
61 of 100, I think.
Yep, 61. Yeah, so we still got 39 laps to go, so we might actually have 2 green flag stops. I don't know what a fuel run is here myself. The 98 now, he's got a really fast car. He pulled the slide job on Bulldog actually. I think Bulldog's gonna cross him right back over. Yep. That's a great battle back here for 4th.
Yeah, I got on Chase right now. This is it's really hard to go away from these leaders, man.
Yeah, it is. They got such a good race going. It's since I'm seeing their names, that's yeah. I will give them a shout out as I see their names scroll up across the top. Actually, as you're watching the leaders, I can actually go back into the field and get some of these other guys. Too Fast for You. Let's see. He is running in 6th. He's our 4th place guy in the points right now, but he has the 22 in front of him. The 22 is Trans Am Blue, so that's our 5th place guy. Too Fast for You is 6th. Let's see. W Young, he's in 18. He's looking pretty good, but about a half a lap back.
Yeah, some of my buddies I grew up running around racing with dirt before I switched over to asphalt, geeking and stuff like that. And W Young, B Stang, and Mookdu are actually all 3 really good buddies all run together over there. And man, they're fast on dirt, so I can't wait till they get used to running this asphalt and get a chance to run up here with these fast guys. We got a battle for 2nd, good 3 cars deep. sure who's gonna come out with this. But this is definitely what Leader wants to see. He wants to see these guys keep it door to door the rest of the night. Chase is trying to help push Bulldog past Smoke, but getting past Smoke is going to be a relatively hard thing to do. Bulldog gets past him. See, he does. Oh, it looks like Smoke Fan's coming down for his pit stop. Okay. I was wondering why they were both able to get past him. As Chase is still keeping the pressure on Bulldog. I'm not sure what happened to the broadcaster. Ladies and gentlemen, we seem to have some more internet issues there for a second. It looked like that was your leader pit. So we're going to sit here and watch these guys take over battle for lead technically for a minute. Until everything comes back around. Chase is just hounding him. He's been hounding him lap after lap after lap. Which is really awesome to see that type of racing here. Because I'm not sure who's going to pull off first, but we'll definitely figure. Oh, there you go. There's your answer. Bulldog's going to slow down and come in pit lane first. So Chase is going to slow down. Let's see if we can cycle back through here. Battle off pit road, huh? Probably two different one's the beast. So we'll see where he comes back out around. Hey, there's Reefer.
Sorry about that, guys. I don't know if it's the servers or what tonight, but it's kicked me out twice. I just went ahead and restarted my PlayStation and see if we can get going. I'm watching the racing on my phone, and it's really good.
Oh, it's definitely really good racing out here, man. These guys are pushing each other around the track to the best of their abilities.
And cleanly, too. I haven't seen anybody really, you know, slam anybody, take a position that away. They've, you know, Smoke made a little bit of contact earlier. They're actually coming to 29 to go as they're coming in, but, you know, there's no one forcing the things, you know. If they can't get by cleanly, they let off and let the guy have it back. They don't want to get it that way.
I like that. Pit lane, is that Chase?
Yeah, the 98 is, if it's the 98, it's Chase, which I've never seen.
He comes right there, right back with Smoke Fan. These guys win in length, come back out length. Something happened when Bulldog's pit stop because he's falling right behind. He lost about 5-6 seconds to these guys.
Trying to see what was going on with the 2 here. I don't know if it was just on my screen, but the 2 was really, really slow. I don't know if he may have lagged out. Or no, he was getting on pit road. This is that one in pit road you have to just start slowing down in 3 and almost go on the apron, roll around, because I think it's like 35 miles an hour.
Chase
is giving Smoke Fan everything he wants and some right now. And like I said, that's what Beast needed. I mean, if Beast is going to win this race, I mean, this is exactly what he wants to see in his rear view. He's actually opened up the lead a little more, you know. And Smoke Fan finally just said, just go man. That's what it looked like to me. I think, you know, there's going to be another pit stop. Go ahead and heat your tires up. Maybe he might be on a strategy here. Smoke Fan is one of them guys that he does think about strategy. as the 20 cars actually, and that's how impressive this group is. You know how fast the first time I see in the 20 cars picture lap traffic. So as a whole group, you know, it's just a really fast group. Let's see who that is that's looking to maybe go a lap down. That's Mook Dude. That he's on the same straightaway as the 20 of Beast. So I'm sure when Beast gets to him, because it looks like It's Your Bro Chase is actually rolling with 20 in a little bit.
I've definitely been thinking Chase has been getting held up. I mean, we saw him sit there and try and get past some guys for, I don't know how many laps before that stage ended. You know, last time, this whole stage, he's been trying to get past them, so it's definitely good to see it.
Closed in a lot. He probably went from, I'd say, 3 seconds to maybe down to a second. He's just driving in
fast.
Yes. Man, I'm on his onboard, and he is like catching him like 2/10 of a lap. That's impressive. Like I can tell he's using his brakes even. Like he's driving in really, really hard. And just, I guess, he probably still has his foot on the throttle and hitting the brake, but it's sticking him to the bottom so well. I think within 2 or 3 laps, It's Your Bro Chase is going to get around him. At this point, he is just flying. He's the fastest car on the track right now.
Catching is one thing, passing another, and we don't know if the leader's been having to push his car at all, if he's just been saving, so these guys could battle out here real soon, or close even that gap out here real soon.
That's what I'm thinking that Smoke Fam might be back there in third, saving a little bit, just to maybe only have to take a 2-tire stop at the end, or maybe a splash. Because he definitely backed it way off whenever him and the 98 was battling. He said, you know, that's not going to win me the race. Let me try something else.
Yeah, it definitely could be part of the strategy too. It'd be nice to check all this out and see how this ending is going to be, because it's definitely going to be a surprise.
And if they keep going side by side like this is going to put Smoke Fan right in the picture.
He's
As
just
you
waiting.
can see, yep.
He's saying, y'all go ahead, push each other, make each other destroy each other's equipment, and I'll sit here and capitalize.
He is a master of that, of saving equipment. You know, we over at Giggity, Noco is a master of that. You know, saving equipment. Smoke Fan is one of them guys the same way. As it looks like Beast maybe is, you know, being out front and trying to get as big as a lead as he could. Maybe either, you know, burn his tires up a little, you know, overran his car, or maybe he made an adjustment in the pits, you know, and tried something and it went the wrong way. And then 98, maybe he made a better adjustment in the pits, you know. Sometimes these custom setups, you think they're good, and then you get them out there, and there's still a tweak or two you want to try just to see, and you can either go backwards or forwards.
It's definitely really easy to make the wrong adjustment here, but if you get that right adjustment, you can pick up just a little bit of rotation in your car, a little bit of rear drive off the corner. It's going to make all the difference in the world. So definitely good adjustments along their parts, and I'm telling you what, Chase is taking away now. He's pulled out over 7-8 car lengths. He is flying. I don't see anybody being able to keep up with him now. He's out there. Dude, it looks like he's over a second lead now.
Sorry, there guys, it booted me again, and I'm coming back.
Oh no, you're fine, bro. No, he's not coming back because it just kicked him out of the party. Oh, he's back in.
Yes, I am back. I'm sorry, guys. Something is majorly going on tonight with my internet, and I'm glad I'm not in the middle of it. It's not a race night. Usually stuff like this happens to me on race nights. At least it is on hood tonight.
Good thing I'm the one running the broadcast too.
Yes. That's exactly why I told them y'all don't want me broadcasting. 15 to go, guys. 15 to go. This is gonna be great.
Well, Chase has opened up over second lead, and he just continues to pull away. As a pull all got past the lap car.
Like I said, at Charlotte, I ran with it. Like, my strategy at Charlotte was I wasn't concentrating, the esports as much as on leaderboard times. I talked to the NASCAR heat rep, and he said, getting to the toughest lobby you can find, and start in the back and pass as many guys as you can. So I went with that strategy, and a couple times Itcher Bro Chase had the best lobby. He was one of the only guys I seen that could hit a 29 flat. Everybody else was at 29.1. So that really impressed me. That's wild. He's on rails right now. This is not necessarily Smoke Man's track. I mean, but there's not too many tracks he's not good at. But I've not actually seen anybody put this big of a lead on Smoke without him making a mistake, actually. Ooh,
oh, Chase!
He gets around, he just makes a big mistake. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
That's driving the car. Oh, wow. He's driving that car so hard. And the other guys are on pit road right now. Smoke and Beast jumped on pit road at the same time he spun out. Oh, wow. So right now your leader is actually the 22, Trans Am Blue. Passed him there, the 98. Man, he was running that thing so hard. That one little mistake. Oh man, if I had $1 for every time that's happened to me at Bristol this week, you drive that thing so hard and then the tires start getting worn out and it just wants to come around on you, and we finally seen it happen tonight. Wow, I feel bad for him. But Trans Am might be able to pull off an upset here. I don't know a whole lot about Trans Am, but them other cars were really dominant, and by the 98 making a mistake, he put himself right there in the picture, as now the 98 gets on pit road. Let's see.
Bulldog hasn't pitted. I think they'll make him leader now.
No. Yeah. Well, he's in second until the 22 pits.
Oh, 22, okay. After the 22 pits.
Yeah. Which, if I'm the 22, I'm coming in unless he's been saving, quite a bit. Because they're coming down to 10 to go, unless he thinks he may have enough, Maybe he was sitting back there saving. Normally when the leaders hit pit road, you're wanting to hit pit road too. Or he could be running it down there to where he only takes a 3-second splash.
That could be too, but I mean, that's dangerous.
Very dangerous, because your tires can do what the 98s did, just come around on you.
Wow.
Man, I wish at the top they had a run. You know how they scroll across the top?
Yes,
I wish they just would do it in order. Or at least put, first, second, right next to their name.
Something,
Yeah. But I'm gonna keep my eye on this 22. I seen him pass the 98, and he was in 4th, so until he pits, I'm gonna assume that's our leader. And actually, I'll go confirm this. I can look at one of these other guys' YouTube and see. That'd be crazy if one of these other guys pulls off the upset one. Them other 4 guys we talked about all night, and here Coach the 98 makes a mistake. He sneaks into the picture, but that's how it works out sometimes. Like, I don't think anybody would have today at the Busch Clash. I don't think anybody would have thought, Eric Jones. I think he's going to win the race. I certainly didn't. just happened to get pushed there by Denny at the end.
It's always nice to get that little bit of help from the frame.
Yeah, I thought Denny was going to actually, pull out and try to get it at the end, but I think he knew his car was so damaged that there was nothing for him. Which tells me already the Toyotas are going to be strong again this season, I believe. At 22 is just, I don't know if he has a clutch or a shifter, but he's just still running some really fast times.
I'm staying on him until we find somebody to pass him for the lead. I don't know if I'm thinking maybe Chase is trying to but
he short-pitted and we didn't catch it, that could be the only other thing. Smoke Fan is going into one with Beast now. We know they're ahead of the 98 because the 98 spun out. Now let's see what 22 is.
98 goes past. Would that be get back on the lap?
Yep. I believe that's what it would be. Okay, they're going about to start finish on there, and now we're going to Smoke Fan. And they're on the back stretch. The 20 and Smoke Fan, so literally the 22 has that big of a lead, and that's something I'm wrong here, but
I'm gonna go do judgment because I am not sure at all.
I'll go on Smoke Fans on board, and I'll be able to tell by which place he is in. Let's see. Britain Nation. Oh, the Bulldog is up in the wall.
Yeah,
You know what? I think Bulldog might have been our leader and not pitted, but he just blew a tire. Because he's just holding it into the wall.
Yeah, he definitely blew that right front.
There's only one to go.
Trans Am blue, ladies and gentlemen.
And unfortunately, I can't see what position he's in because the leader. I think the 20 is actually our leader, guys. Because it shows the leader is 0.2 ahead of Smoke Fan, and that would have to be, so the battle's between Smoke Fan and Beast for the win, and I think Beast just got it. Yep, Beast has got, I don't know how I got messed up with Trans Am there. I just see him when the 98 spawned, the 22 went by him, and before that he was behind, but maybe he had short pitted, and he was just getting back around him on a pit stop. But Beast of Asgard is our winner with Smoke Fan second. The one car, Too Fast For You, third. It's Your Bro Chase, the 98. He did come back to fourth.
That's disappointing, man. He had such a good third stage going.
Yes. I bet you he's really wishing he would have came and pitted at the same lap as Beast and Smoke Fan, because like I said, I seen them slow down to get on pit, and they were getting on pit road, and at the same time, I mean, he just went spinning. He definitely had a great car there at the end.
Man, that sucks.
Trans Am did come back and finish fifth, and then we have the 10 car. I'll actually be able to give us a full rundown here in just a second. Let's see. Yeah, the 10, then the 18, the 8, the 7, and the 00. So that would be B Stains, W Young, Rolling Duck, Mook Dude, and Outlaw. Well, that's us. But man, that would have been a great three-way race right there if the 98 wouldn't have, had that mistake. But it was still a great race between the 20 and Smoke Fan. I was watching it on the phone there, and Smoke Fan was really trying as hard as he could to get around him. It's just the only way he would have been able to do it was to move him. He would have had to have put his bumper to him.
Oh yeah, definitely. It was
And
definitely
he
a
was
long, tough
do
race
that.
right there.
Let's see if I can invite our winner up here into the booth.
There's the heartbreak story of the day, man.
Yeah,
That sucks,
it's
buddy.
your Yeah, 98, man. It seemed like you had the very fastest car there in stage 3, and maybe you tried to, stretch it one more lap, and like it barely got loose from you and just jerked around. It was just so hard to tell what happened there, bud.
No, the game glitched. I was going on the front row and I was hitting invisible and I started flipping.
It did look.
I thought it started
God.
flying.
Wow.
Man,
That's
sucks, dude. You had such a great race going on today, Chase, man. You worked so hard to get
Yeah, I played the
past them
strategy up
guys.
good and my car was not good. And then just James screwed me like always. It's alright there.
Man, that sucks, buddy. Dude, you definitely put on a lot of hard work to get up there and to compete and then to pass some guys and finally get the lead there that late in that stage.
right. Played the strategy right. Everything happened right, and then the servers do that to you. I know the servers are, they're giving, the esports guys, most of the bandwidth on the server, so it kind of hurts the guys doing their league race, that sucks, because that was your race. I mean, hands down, you were gone, and I hate to see that happen for you, man. That's why it confused me with the 22 and all that, because it was a glitch.
Yeah,
So
definitely
here
didn't look
we
natural.
Yeah, no, that's what I was saying when he was even turned around on the front stretch. Like, his car, like, was flashing, like it didn't look like a regular wreck to me, That's crazy. Do y'all usually invite your top 3 in? Is that how y'all do it?
I believe it's top 5. That's what I've done
Okay.
here. Just not top 3. I didn't really get them here. I know.
Okay, let me go. I'll start inviting some of the other guys that, so you don't have to blue screen, or I'll start inviting some of these other guys up in here. Awesome, we appreciate it, man. And the 22, Trans Am actually had a really good race back there. He ended up 5th, I think it was. But that was, sorry about that for the guy that at home. He apparently was short pitted, and when you had that glitch problem, I seen him pass you, and so I was thinking, well, since Smoke Fan and Beast was on pit road, maybe he was our leader. That's one thing I hope they do put in Heat 5 is a ticker, where they can show the running order at the top of the screen for the guys that are broadcasting and commentating the races. It's something that I hope they really put in the game. I'll tell you what though, man, for a New Hampshire race, the last New Hampshire race that I broadcasted, I was...
That was awesome, yeah.
Honestly, the last New Hampshire race I did, I'm not going to say any league or whatever, because I don't want to, try to badmouth any leagues or anything like that, but honestly, there was more guys hit up there banging off the wall and hitting the invisible wall than there was guys down there, on the bottom, running it the way it's supposed to be ran, and I didn't see one guy out of y'all's whole group running like that, and that's really impressive. I honestly, I don't, I can't wait to get the chance to run with you guys, even though I know I don't have nothing for the top 5 of you guys. Maybe I'll be able to hang out with Mook Dude back there and maybe a couple of them guys, but honestly, the top 4, you, Bulldog, Beast, and Smoke, I mean, any 4 of you guys could have won that race. You had the class of the car, and I think all 4 of y'all stand a very good chance at having a chance at the season 2 esports. I've seen what you did at Charlotte. I ran a couple of your lobbies at 29 flat, and you were the only person that I seen do that. So that was really impressive, man. Yes, sir.
I can't do this for just next year.
Are you not 16 yet?
I'm 15. I turned 15 last Friday.
I got you. Well, I'll tell you what, man. I'll tell you who my season 3 early on pick's gonna be is gonna be you, because you have a lot of talent, man, for your age. A lot of talent.
That's what I was saying. Yeah, I did a great job in the booth. Good.
Yeah, appreciate it, man. I got kicked out a couple times, but Arch, I'm glad I got Arch in here. He's a professional. We'll have to get Puddin in here sometimes with him too. Wait till they hear Puddin. Puddin will put on a show for you. He's like an Alex Ned type, just really, really good. I'm gonna see. Maybe we can get them guys up here and announce one of y'all's cup races.
Listen, ladies and gentlemen, don't let this guy lie to you.
Dang, the bearded one.
Oh yeah.
Got that cut races.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm definitely gonna tune in to the next one. Zane's a really, really, really good guy. I hate to see what happened to him at 704. I think he did a great job. Did his job very well, and I don't know the details of what happened. It's just I would have loved to have seen him back, in season 2 of the esports, because a lot of these esports drivers had a good relationship with him, and I know the day that he announced that they parted ways. I noticed there were, the Zane and the bearded one 250, a lot of guys were naming their races in honor of him, so very, very good guy. Let's see, still waiting on a couple of the other guys to come into the booth here.
Hey, y'all probably got them by them.
I know Beast and the last couple laps, I don't think we caught it, a few of it, because we was thinking the 22 somehow managed to lead when he passed you, but he must have short pitted and was just getting back on the lead lap is what that deal was. So that was my fault. I should have been paying attention to my the YouTube a little better.
I can't believe you called me a professional.
Well, no, you do a good job, man. You do a really good job up in the booth.
Nice try, being fans. Good racing, buddy. I don't do nothing. I just sit here and watch you guys go in circles.
Well, it's fun whenever you get to watch great racing like that,
Oh, yeah.
Kind of like our Kansas race. I think anybody in the booth that would have been in the booth for that Kansas race, probably would have got crazy excited. That was one of the funnest races that I've been a part of and that I've seen on the Heat game. I mean, there was crossovers after crossovers, but it's just racing one time a week, it was just not enough for me, so I'm glad I'm expanding my, getting into a couple of these other leagues, man, because that's what makes you better, is running with some of these faster guys. And if you run with the same guys all the time, you get comfortable with them and you don't get a challenge, I guess you would say. So by joining Outlaw, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna have to challenge myself to build the best setups that I can just to stay on the lead lap with some of these guys. So it's gonna be interesting, man. I can't wait.
Yeah, I think I might come trying to see what I can do with these guys, man. It might be fun.
Yeah, they would. If you, as long as you're a clean racer, and you are, you know, I've seen you several times have an incident and lap traffic come up. You don't try to hold them up. You get right out of the way. You know, that's the kind of racers that they wouldn't mind letting race. You know.
Yeah, I
Now,
tend
if you're
to
one of the
cost myself too much time being too cautious and giving sometimes.
Yeah, it can hurt you sometimes. But like I said, that's how I got noticed myself for going 15 laps down at Bristol and not affecting nobody. I didn't slow no one down in 10th, and they was like, "Hey, that's a guy we can train there."
Yeah,
You know, he's got.
you're on the Cup Series side of the New Hampshire Daily Leaderboard.
Yes, I am.
Oh, so you
I didn't
must.
pay attention to that.
Yeah, I didn't know that myself. Oh wow, Archman, I'm gonna let you take it away, bud. My wife had just got home. I'm gonna let you finish up the broadcast and interview these guys, but I had a great time tonight, man, and congratulations once again to Beast. Really hate this, and Beast for second, Smoke Fan for third. I mean second. Beast for the win, Smoke Fan for second, and it's your bro Chase. The glitch. He honestly had the car to beat, and a glitch got him. I hate to see it, but great, great job, guys. And
Beautiful. Definitely appreciate having you out here, buddy, man. It was
no, I
definitely
appreciate
fun.
you helping me out, buddy. You did me a huge favor tonight because I told
Oh
Smoke
man,
Fan
you good, buddy.
if I'd have been broadcasting, you seen what would have happened. It wouldn't have been good.
Yeah, well, I do help out a friend of mine, man.
I appreciate it, buddy. I'll
Alright,
be back
bro.
on in about 20 minutes, man.
Alright, buddy.
All right, man.
Alright, Chase, we gotten in contact with any of the other guys?
I believe you can shut it down now.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate y'all coming out and watching, being a part of this Xfinity race we had out here at New Hampshire. I'm definitely sure that if you didn't see good racing like that at New Hampshire, you'd never want to race there either. But it's definitely been a tricky track, fun track, ups and downs. Chase, like we said, you had a little bit of a rough session there, but all in all, great race, man. Appreciate you guys coming out, and we'll see you next time.